This video presentation is of movies of Lloyd Naccarato and Florence Erna Gustafson Naccarato. The home movies that we're going to show are the ones that Mom and Dad took over starting in the mid-50s up until we started getting video cameras. So some of the film has lightened in the past years. Some of it just wasn't, the light wasn't controlled very well because of the age of the camera. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoy what we present to you, and we'll get the movies going. Here we go. Tell you when. Okay. Push. Well, we have some brief seconds of Lloyd's auto sales. This is, I believe, about 1956, if I remember correctly. This is the best we can do. There's only a few brief seconds of it, so we got it paused. But anyhow, this is in downtown. Dad was selling Plymouths, I believe, or maybe Dodge and Plymouth, I can't remember. But anyway, there's Dad and his business there. So we're going to start the movie now, and we'll comment as we go along. Okay, there's Dad, and there was somebody with him. I don't know if that was me or Sam. There's Duke the dog. There's Tom racing with somebody. That may have been Kathy Groy or someone. Let's see, no, that's Lorne, isn't it? No, I don't know. There's Mother there. And our tricycles now. This is, I believe, that's all of Joanne's wedding right there. That was a big long shot of Joanne's wedding. Now we're inside the church. You can tell we're inside the church because it's dark. There's Duke the dog. Duke was famous for hauling rocks in from the neighbors, and that must be me swinging on the swing in my church clothes and doing the flying leap. I remember always swinging and doing those jumps. We had a lot of fun doing that. There's Sam and I'm the good looking one. And there's my little camera, and there's Sam always throwing something. He's always pitching baseballs at me. But anyway, there's Dad, and next to the old vacant lot there, and that's where it used to be Lane's house is now. And so, there I am up in the mountains. Now this is the parade. Dad's in probably what we call the boat race parade there back in the early 50s. He was riding somebody's horse, probably his own. May have been Louis Barbaro's horse. I can't remember for sure, but it seems like Louis had a black horse back then. We'll have to check with Uncle Louis and Dad on that. So anyhow, this must be the Drum and Bugle Corps, the infamous Drum and Bugle Car of Salida. That was a Hudson there. Dad and Uncle Joe Lionel used to sell Hudsons. I'm not sure if that's exactly, but I'll bet that was probably Sam in there throwing candy out. And there I am I'm almost positive that was Uncle Louie's horse. There I am riding around in my glory. Got the old neckerchief on like they have. There I am practicing for the boat races. That was always a big deal on slide in the summertime. I remember this car, we're going on a picnic in that it was a Woody, they called it. Anyhow, that was a pretty neat memory. There's Grandma Gustafson, quick picture of Grandma. There's Mother running real quick. Now this must be Karen. Sam's walking her around. So she must be about one, or almost one there. Cute little kid. I don't know what happened to her. Anyhow, there I am doing my usual showing off trick, doing the old bicycle acrobatics. back to Sam and Karen. There's Grandpa Gustafson. They came out for a visit in the around 56 or so. There's Sam on his bicycle. Guys, notice there's no gears on the bicycle back then. That was the cars belonged to the Whitties next door, across the street there. There's Sam and Tom riding their bicycle. Guess we're getting ready for a picnic up in the mountains. We always used to do some adventures up in the mountains. There's Grandpa Gustafson. What an acrobat. There's Mom Bodiggo's pants. Anyhow, there's Dad going. There's Grandpa holding Karen. Here's Sam practicing airborne training, and Duke the dog. Duke used to chase cars and stare at shadows of the birds and all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, he is quite a dog. There's Grandpa Gustafson again with his little 50 Ford car. His pretty neat little car. I remember that. He even had it when I was about 14 or 15 there, and we used to go up fishing in it. So there's Grandma getting ready to take a picture of us. I wonder if they're getting ready to leave or something. I thought we were going on a picnic, but maybe not. Grandpa's getting the windshield all washed up, so evidently we're not going to the mountains. Look at the talent in that kid riding that bicycle like that. Oh, I'll tell you what, just like jumping on and off a horse. Here comes Sam. I don't know where he was up to, but there's Grandpa, and there's Mom with Karen. There I am, and Sam and Grandma and Grandpa. There's Grandma. There's Dad. That little girl there might have been the neighbor's kid, the little witty girl, Mary Jean. What a nice brother holding the baby there. Now I wonder if that could be Tim there. I'm not sure. No, I don't think that could be Tim yet. I don't think he showed up that soon. Who do you think that could be? So there's Grandpa. He's watering the lawn. There's Duke. Maybe in a picture here there I am eating peas. I remember eating them peas. Here comes Sam riding the bicycle down. Just a second, we got technical difficulties here. Well, we can't figure out what our problem is here, but maybe it'll clear up if it don't. There's Mom and Aunt Elizabeth. There's Lorne. There's the ever-talented Tom running around like a maniac. There's Grandma Gustafson. I believe this is down in Ojo Caliente, New Mexico, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Now it's gone.
Okay, cleared up on its own. There's cousin Jim McCorkindale. There's Heidi.
Karen.
No, Heidi's my daughter. Karen is who that is. And so back then that was Cindy or Pindy. So here's Aunt Elizabeth. Now Mom's gathering up some of the good old mineral water for the trip back, I'll bet. There's Grandma Gustafson trying it out. Have a cute little place. There's Lorne. Part of Lorne anyhow. And there's Pindy again. Linda says she still walks like that. Grandma Gustafson. And there's Sam walking around looking for grasshoppers or something important. Here goes Jim. He's going down to see what's going on.
You hold that? No.
This must be inside one of the mission churches down there. Okay, there's Grandma Naccarato and slim, trim Aunt Betty with their little that was a '53 Buick they used to drive around in. And there's Erna down there. Did you see Erna? And there's Grandpa. Oh, just quit taking a picture of me, he says. Well, there's some out of focus pictures of Heidi, or Karen, excuse me. I keep saying Heidi for some reason.
I think they're just out of focus on camera.
But kind of think they're probably out of focus on camera, so we'll just let it go as it is and take our chances here.
Yeah, they're out of focus on the camera. Almost looks like. Now we
Oops, the kid crashed. There's Jim inspecting the flowers. Nice car. Who's that lady watering the plants? After all these years, still watering the plants. Oh, put that kid's shirt on. There's Tom. Yeah, you can tell Tommy's one making a fool out of himself. Here comes Duke with the hauling a rock. Look at the boulders that the dog used to bring home. Then when he got done bringing them home, he'd go find another one. He'd dig up somebody's flowers for him. Good thing we lived in the Rocky Mountains, or he would have never been a happy dog.
This is just taking his focus.
Well, there comes Sam and Tom. Sam just made himself a little race car there. He's hauling it back home. See, this stuff might as well be just eliminated.
Yeah, there's no way. It's off.
Okay, turn back on. Okay, there I am. There's Mom in the backyard. There's Grandma Naccarato and Grandpa Gustafson. This is out of focus now.
This one is?
Okay, this is on our trip to Washington State in 1957. We're in Salt Lake City at the state capitol. There's Karen and Sam running up down a hill there off the state capitol. There's Mother. There's Tom. It's still around the Capitol building there at Salt Lake. There's the Salt Lake Temple going down State Street. Yeah, there's the Columbia River. We're crossing Columbia going into Oregon, I believe. From Oregon into Washington State. It looks like. There's the car that we went in. Okay, there's Cindy and Mom.
We should have held that one.
That was a cute little shot of Cindy. Okay, there we are. And there's me with a broken leg. There's Dad and Cindy. Here we are going across the bridge. There's Grandma Gustafson at her house in Seattle. Real nice neighborhood and pretty neat. Now we're at the Seattle Zoo, looking at a few bears and all that kind of stuff. There's a lion.
Oh, huh.
Okay, that's at the zoo. And there I am. I got the crutches on, Grandma and Mom and Karen. Okay, there's Sam, there's Dad. There's polar bears. I remember the polar bears there getting sprayed by the hose. Remember that shot there. There's the peacock. I remember Sam chasing the peacock around too. There I am and my broken leg. I got my broken leg up on behind my tenderfoot. There's Pindy, cute little kid. There's me. There's Grandpa Gus at the house there in Seattle. There's Grandpa and I tossing the baseball. Now there we are up north of Seattle. No, the camera would have to do that. This is the property in the corner of up there just south of Everett, Washington. And Grandma and Grandpa bought that property back in the 30s, I believe. Mom and Linda and I went back up and visited that property there, and pretty neat out there. There's two pieces of property, one on an intersection, the other one down the middle of the road. The LDS, the Mormon Church, bought the 8 acres, I guess, or 13 acres, whatever it was. There's a deer.
The color on the screen here is better than that.
Okay. No.
There you go.
Now we made a minor adjustment, which probably should have made before. But anyway, this is the Wenatchee Valley, I believe. They're in eastern Washington, where they grow all those apples. Pretty nice little vacation we had back then, even though I had a broken leg. This is the Grand Coulee Dam. There's Sam and Pindy. This is the reservoir, the water behind the Grand Coulee Dam. Linda, Mom, and I visited this back in '91 or what, and seen all this again. This is what they call the Dry Falls area. Had one of the highest falls in the.
We have video of that.
It's right there. That was Dry Falls.
We had it on our camera.
That first one maybe wasn't the Grand Coulee, maybe that was the other one. This is the Grand Coulee Dam here. I remember that hat of Sam's. I think him and I both had. Okay, this is baptism of Tim with Uncle Bob and Aunt Ethel. Looks like they're holding Tim there. There's Sherry. Hi, Sherry. And that must be Karen going in there too. There's Mom. There's Uncle Bob and Aunt Ethel holding Tim. There's Sam. There's Gary. And there's Sam. There's Grandpa Gustafson. There's Gary again. Gary is Aunt Ethel and Uncle Bob's oldest son. There's Uncle Alvin and Aunt Betty. There's the old St. Joseph's School. Sam and I went to school there. They're constructing back in '57, they were constructing the new St. Joseph's School back then. That must be at the priest's house. There's the front door of the Catholic school. There's Aunt Adeline and Uncle Frank and Grandpa. Or was that Aunt Betty and Uncle Frank and Grandpa? Okay. Now we're on another big roll of moms here. Guess we're back at the dam in the Grand Coulee Dam there someplace. We found a short roll of Tim's baptism with Uncle Bob and his family. We stuck in. I guess we got it in between the two parts of the trip here, so we'll just look at this a minute. There's a boat race parade. We used to have some nice little floats back Knights of Columbus. Must be the boat race queen there. There's the car. There's Mom and must be me there. And Karen. There's Pindy. We always enjoy the boat race parade down at Aunt Betty and Uncle Alvin's corner there at the park. There's Mom's. What a cute little kid. Well, there I am. And Sam, I must have finally got my cast off. Okay, this is Uncle Alvin and Aunt Betty's wedding, August 11th, 1957. There's Uncle Alvin and Aunt Betty. There's Evange. There's Uncle Alvin's brother. And there's Bud and Joanne behind them. There's Uncle Alvin and Aunt Betty again. Nice looking couple. There's Joanne. There's out of focus. That's not our fault. There's Dad and Cindy. Cindy again. As you can tell who the favorite kid was to have their picture taken. That's Uncle Bernard. DeGrazio. And there's Grandma and Grandpa. And somebody else, it's blurry. Uncle Alvin and Aunt Betty again. And there's the whole wedding party. Well, there's now we're up on a picnic up in the mountains there. Here's Sam with his Elks baseball shirt on. Okay, there's Grandpa Gustafson. He's panning for gold. Grandpa always enjoyed gold mining. We had some exciting times with Grandpa blasting and panning for gold and stuff. That was pretty neat back then. Let's see, we must be fishing. Oh, we're shooting the gun. That's what we're doing. Blasting the heck out of the countryside. There's Tim. Welcome to the family, Tim. There's Dad and Grandpa panning for gold again. Found a little gold back then. There's the old Jeep. This must be on our trip up to, oh yeah, that's the famous trip to Bonanza Pass. This trip on Bonanza Pass, Mom always wanted to go over Bonanza Pass, and so she finally talked the family into going over Bonanza Pass one time, and we had to, we'll show the picture here in a minute, I'm sure, we had to walk over the pass because it was so darn steep. The only one that could get over the pass, Dad drove, and the rest of us walked and kept the door open just in case he went off the cliff. Grandma Gustafson giggled the whole way over. She was nervous as everybody else was, but we had some exciting times on some of the adventures that Mom concocted up for us. There it is there. That's the better part of the road there. It's a bunch of shale across that. Anyway, it was kind of an exciting trip. So there's Pindy. Okay, there's Mom. There's Grandpa and Dad. There's the shell rocks. They're bringing some shell rock back down, or not shell, but slate rock is what it was called. Okay, there's Heidi's. Must be your birthday now. Or Karen, excuse me. You guys will have to excuse us. There's Tim. Look, the cute little guy. Almost as good looking as me. But anyway, and here is Heidi's birthday. Let's see. Karen's birthday. Here, let's see. Well, I missed all the little kids, but it looked like Sherry was in there, and looked like Jenny K. Barbiero, and there's Sherry, and I don't know who the little blonde kid is there. There's Sam and Tom and Grandpa Gustafson out in the backyard. And the little Woody kids were there. Now, there's Jim and Evange Castleton on their wedding in June of 1958. There's Karen there.
The dress your mother made.
Oh, and Mom made the dress for, she was a flower girl for the wedding. There I am. Now, let's see. There went Jim Castleton's parents around the corner there. There's Mother, and there's all the bridesmaids. There's Jim Castleton's parents. Let's see, that's Jim's brother standing right there. Uncle Ben and Aunt Nettie. There's Grandpa Gustafson. Must be holding on to Tim. There's Florence, Mom. Here comes Jim and Evange. There they go. Like I said, June 1958. Now there goes Uncle Frank with his. There's Sammy DeLeo. Cousin Joe. There's, I guess that's Mom talking to Grandma Naccarato. There's Uncle Alvin. And is that Aunt Betty? I believe it is. That's by the Catholic Church there. And slide in. Here comes the couple. I think they probably had to go over to the priest's house to sign the papers and stuff. So, not sure who that is that was standing over in the picture with him. There's Grandma Gustafson and Karen. There's Tim and Dad and Karen in the backyard. We had a lot of fun on them swings in the backyard. We had those for a long time. We had a nice time on them. I remember we wore out the seats a couple of times. We used them so much. And let's see, that's probably the Woody boys over there. That might have been Barry there. There's Tim, Tim. There I am, and Mike Woody. That was Mike Woody. Those were. Oh, look at that statuesque lady. Those magpies back there, Sam and Don Egan caught, and if I remember correctly, they taught them to talk. There's Mike Woody again. Okay, this is the boat race parade, and that was Sam. There's someplace we probably missed him. There's Sam right there. He's playing clarinet. Let's see if we can catch a better picture of him. Okay. Here they come again. Now there's Sam right there. You know, this did I say boat races? The homecoming, he's in junior high there. Now here is, okay, Grandma Naccarato and Grandma Gustafson, it looked like. Couldn't tell who the other lady was. There's Sam with his band uniform on, and Karen and Tim. Sam and the clarinet there. There's Aunt Betty and Grandma Naccarato and Grandma Gustafson. Here we are swinging on the swing again. There's cute little old Tim. Boy, did he change. You can still kind of see a faint hint of his mustache and beard in that picture. Now here, a little short picture of us down in Sandless Valley pheasant hunting, and used to, well, guess not. There's Tim doing something someplace.
In the backyard?
Yeah, now there's Sam, it looks like on a swing, or on the teeter-totter. Grandpa Gustafson made the teeter-totter for us. And more, there I am, playing with Tim there on the teeter-totter. Pretty nice teeter-totter Grandpa made for us. Okay, there's the sand dunes. Okay, always a big event in Salida is the June boat race parades, and I believe that's Dad right there driving the boat race queen in the car. There's the Shriners, always come up and put on a nice performance. This is, must be around 1958 in there someplace. Now let's see, Sam ought to be, no, that's me. There I am playing the baritone. Great talent that I was. Nice haircut. Here comes Dad again, driving the queens, and okay, there we are on a picnic up in the mountains. I believe the note that Mom had on this is that we're up in the Pitkin area on the western slope between Monarch Pass and Gunnison. Go up in that country up there. Now, beats the heck out of me where this is at. But I'm sure we're going on some adventure someplace. Oh, look at that. Is that a, oh, that's a chipmunk. There's Tim. Well, this has got to be later than 1958 then. I guess that's Tim. Not real sure who it is. Is that Erna? I don't know. So let's see who's... Don't have any idea, because that's Aunt Betty. There's Grandma Naccarato again. Is that Aunt Elizabeth? Okay, there's Karen, Mary Jean, and Pam Whitty. There's Pammy Whitty there, and Mary Jean. There's Ben, Mary Jean and Pam, and Karen in her little Heidi dress. They were dancing. There's Lloyd with the mustache and the golf club. Nice mustache. I'm gonna do a little putting here. There's Tim. There's Francis and Marie Spino. Okay, now we must be out on a picnic, and there I am. I think this is on a trip to Lake City. Sam and I are throwing the baseball. Sam's always pitching. I had to catch. He used to hurt my hand all the time as hard as he pitched. He wasn't pitching very hard there, but he's a pretty good pitcher back in his younger day. There's Dad with Tim and Karen. There's Mom. Good picture, Mom. Must be an animal out there someplace. Okay, there's Mom and Sam and Tom. Always enjoyed the trips we used to go on. Okay, there I was. Briefly. Okay, there's the backyard. Looks like it's in the fall there. A little bit of snow on the ground. Well, I guess that's, I don't know if that was me. Now, here we are at Grandma and Grandpa's house on 543 D Street. There's Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah, sure wish it was a little clearer, darn it. Well, there's Grandma and Grandpa getting ready to, must be getting ready to go to church or something. And Grandpa's all dressed up in a suit. We're going to try to clear it up a little bit for us. Grandpa's got a sunflower there. There's Mom with Karen, and that might be Erna, and Tim. Tim's being contrary. Here's Mount Methodist. And the old neighborhood around. Okay, there's the backyard, Grandma Gustafson. Grandpa's sunflowers. Grandpa used to grow some big sunflowers. Now let's see. Pretty blurry here. That's a picnic up in the mountains. That was Grandma Naccarato, it looked like. This isn't us. This is the movie camera. That's kind of a guessing game back then. Kind of looked like Bud there. Well, that's a shame, darn it. But we used to do a lot of mountain picnics, had a lot of fun. That was Tim there.
That's on Infinity.
Okay, this is Uncle Jim and Uncle Carl's visit to Colorado. And there's Uncle Jim's on the right, and Uncle Carl was on the left. There's Grandma. Now they're up in the mountains there. It looks like up the Monarch ski area. Looks like that's where that's at. Oh, I believe Sam is going to be skiing down here in a minute. The old swoosh bomber Sam. Must be coming down the hill. Sam was quite a talent skiing. I believe he's coming down here sometime. Probably crashed. Suppose he's up there someplace. Okay, here he comes. There's Sam doing his skiing thing. Boy, what a slide and stop now. Here goes Tim and Karen up. Okay, they're up on top of Monarch. Oh, be darned, this is up on Hoosier Pass. Well, we're trying to figure out how to get rid of that lint in the camera, but can't. Okay. That was a good job, Karen. Good race there. Like I said, she won a lot of races when she was a little kid. She had the old Gustafson long legs. Now we're up the golf course, and Mom and Dad are golfing. There's Shavana. Okay, there was Lloyd there getting ready to golf. Getting a lot of scenery here. The old 360. Okay, practice swing from Lloyd. Lloyd approaches. Good hit, Lloyd. Must have been 60 yards out there. Now there's Mom.
Oops, raise the head.
Oops, lift her head up. Well, she gets a mulligan on that one. We're gonna give it to her again. Okay, Mom, tee it up. Keep your eye on the ball. Don't lift your head, Mom. Okay, there's Daddy's putting. And he's putting again. Okay, there's Mom. Oh, heck with it, she says. Oh, she's gonna putt it anyway. Now I'm gonna quit. There's Karen and Tim. And there's, I guess, Sam and I. There's Sam rolling up his sleeves, showing his muscles. Okay, this must be Sam's high school graduation, if we can keep it. Oh, there's Mike Welch, Jim Preston, Don Egan, Carl Lance. There's Mike Maestas, Dave Trujillo. There's Sam, Mike Welch again. And there's such a big occasion, they had some jets flying over, but I think that was probably the boat race parade. Aha, now here's real raw talent for you. Coming down through the gates is the one and only Tom Naccarato. Now I want you guys to notice that back then we never used life jackets or helmets. Kind of stupid, but anyhow, we didn't use them. Now anymore you can't get in the river without them. Probably a better idea. That's probably why nobody drowned. There I am again going through the slalom course. I think I was 15 or 16 at that time. Must have been probably 16, I guess. Up, didn't make that one. Well, let's go try another one here. There you go, clean sweep right through it. What a good job. Okay, now this is communion. This must be Karen's first communion.
Oh.
And there's Tim and Mom. So that's about 1963. That looks like about a 1963 Buick. Sad St. Joseph School. There's Father Gallagher. And there's the old swing set still in use. Got a lot of swinging hours on that swing. And must be around Tim's birthday. He's getting a surprise there. What did he get out of the trunk there? Boy, he's happy. Uh-oh, it's a bicycle. Tim got a new bike for his birthday. And there he goes. He's pedaling around. I'll bet he'll be able to jump on and off the bicycle like I used to. There's Sam and me. Nice red bike, Tim. There's the old gray Jeep. Bo used to have a lot of fun in the gray Jeep. There's Dad. Now that's out in the San Luis Valley there someplace. It looks like it's round, oh, no it's not. Well, that was New Mexico it showed there. Might have been. See, there's Dad. We're heading down the road there someplace, going on another adventure. Well, where are we at here? We wonder if this is down in Taos, New Mexico. I'll bet it is. some of the artists in the area. There's Mother by the Bell. Okay, there's Dad going into the church, I guess, by the down there, and I suppose that was Taos. Now here's a parade. Probably the boat race parade or something. Let's see if we can see some of the family someplace. There's that's Tim. That's Tim. That guy was riding Tim, I thought there. Maybe not. Okay, this is an Elks picnic. There's Sam and Lorne. There's Lorne. Okay, we're having the there must be, I don't know who's there's Tim. Tim fell over in the sack race. Okay, there's Ann Adeline, Joanne. There's Lorne and Sam and Dad, Mom. Okay, we goofed up. This tape goes ahead of that one that movie ahead of that one we just showed. This is a football game in Salida. Sam was playing in. Sam's number 33 in the game here someplace. So there he is right there in the middle of the screen. There he goes, going down to do something. So, coming back out on the field, looks like. Here they come. Comes the Chargers. Actually, they're the Salida Spartans. And here we come running out on the field. That's it. Let's pound on each other for a while. There I am. I'm with the scrub outfit on with the purple shoulders. Number 78 there. So, I was a sophomore back then. Sam was a senior. Sam played center and linebacker. There they go, another game. There's Grandpa Gustafson. Grandpa used to come to all the football games. There's Sam there. And Grandma and Grandpa used to fix us a steak dinner right before the football games. So we have plenty of energy to play. There's Sam out there getting ready to receive a kickoff. There's an airplane flying over. There's Tim practicing his football. Good kick, Tim. Oh, now there's down the San Luis Valley. That's Dad and I, and There's Dad and Sam pheasant hunting. There's some geese flying over. Used to enjoy our pheasant hunting trips with Dad and Bud Boyd and Uncle Frank, Grandpa Gustafson. We had a lot of fun. Now we're all sitting around waiting for the Christmas tree from Chaffee County to go to Washington, D.C. to be the Christmas tree for the nation. Okay, I believe that's Sam getting ready to go to the Army. It sure is. August of 1963, I guess. Got his haircut and all ready to go to the Army. He's getting on the bus, it looks like. So, kids are starting to grow up now. You know, waiting for him to go. There's Grandma Naccarato and Aunt Adeline, Aunt Betty, Sam and Tim and Karen. There's the bus that's going to take them. Now they're getting on the bus, saying goodbye, everybody. Now there's Cindy's first communion, it looks like. And with that dog was Pokey, was his name, or Poker. We built that fence for the dog so he could stay in the yard. Took 2 laps around the yard, jumped over the top of the fence because he used to jump the fence all the time. He'd come home green from rolling in the cow manure. Now there's Sammy's back home on leave from the Army after his basic training, I suppose, getting ready to go to New Jersey for his advanced training in microwaves, or not microwaves, yeah, I guess it was microwaves, or something, I guess microwaves. Well, now it's winter time, and there's the dog and Cindy and Tim. They're now springtime. Guess we're not taking too many pictures. Here I am. And there's it must be Easter Sunday morning. Got their Easter bonnets on. And Tim's playing golf. Now there's little kids must have been going on a field trip. Okay, Sam's on his way to the Army here. He's getting ready to, well, he's going to Okinawa, I believe. And it'll be 1964, I guess, somewhere in there. They're at Denverton Stapleton International Airport. Getting ready to take off. Going to be gone for a year and a half or so. That was a nice thing about that. When Sam come back home, he got home on Christmas Eve and was the biggest Christmas present Mom and Dad ever had. That was really a neat experience. And there's the airplane out there, and Sam's getting ready to take off. Well, we're on our mom and dad and Tim and Karen are driving back home. They decided to stop the Red Rocks on the way and take a look at that, it looks like. There's Mom. Guess everybody's just trying to get their mind on something else instead of the sadness of Sam leaving. There's Dad with the old famous cigar in his mouth. Kind of a unique geological area up there. Now we're at a football game there in Slida. I guess I'm playing in this football game someplace. Okay. So anyway, that's some football game. There I am there. I thought that was number 44. It must be me there running down there to get on the play. There I am. Okay. Now there's winter again. There's must be Ben and or not Ben. Sorry, wrong family. Tim. It's Tim planting his head in the snow. And it's in the front yard. There's the dog. There's Karen.
I'm wondering if some of the filters would help that leaf go. That's fun.
So, well, let's see, who is it? Oh, that must be,
Karen and Tim and...
yeah, and Vicky Groy. That's who it is Vicky Groy. There's Dad, he's having a snowball fight with the kids. There's the old garage in the back, the old shed. Okay, there I am in another kayak race and doing my thing in the kayak. Boy, what skill, what talent. What a perfect kayaker. I even made it. Okay. Not gone through another gate and going on down. Guess Mom and Dad didn't get the time that I helped, didn't make that gate. Didn't get the time that I knew I wasn't going to get on television. They had Sports Illustrated there, and so I knew I wasn't good enough to get into the race and, you know, or get on TV. So I turned the boat over so I could cause a little excitement, and the people would, you know, maybe put me on TV that way. Well, I turned the boat over and got under the air pocket under the boat and went down the river for quite a ways that way. Sam thought that I was drowned, and he jumped in to try to save me, and asked him what he was doing. And he said, "I'm trying to save you from drowning." And I said, "Heck, I'm trying to get on television." So anyway, Karen was in a dog show, and that was her dog she was showing. Or maybe that was a parade. It might have been she was showing the dog in the parade or something. There was Grandma and Grandpa there. There's Tim. Tim was in that bunch of scouts, little Indians there. Here comes Cindy with her obedient dog. There's Uncle Alvin in the fish hatchery truck. Hi, Uncle Alvin.
Here comes the Arabian horse, looks like.
There's the Shriners. They're always in it. Let's see, there's Tim and there's the Karen and the dog. Now there's Dad and Tim fishing at the fish pond. Uncle Alvin put the fish in the pond for the every year to do that. Tim caught one. Now Karen's gonna catch one. She's got her little dog show dress on. There's a fish for Karen. Good for her. Now let's see, that looks like maybe Louise Lane. Is that Louise and Tina? Sure is. Okay, there's Mom and Louise Lane. There's Dad. There's must be a track meet. There goes super sprinter Cindy. There goes another race, and must be Tim in this one here someplace. Oh, there was Cindy. Okay, now we got a three-legged race. There must be Tim and other little girl, or Karen and somebody. Maybe that's Karen and someone. There goes Cindy. Oh, come in second or first there. Oh, they're in a relay. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're in a relay. There's Louise. Now back to another parade of some sort. Maybe that's Tim, the clown. Okay, there's Sam and I. Sam just got back from Okinawa. He's on his way to Kansas, and I was going to college at Otero Junior College. There, that was Sam's '55 Buick Century that he had and let me have and drive. Now we're up at a picnic, and Mom's got written down here Gothic. There's Aunt Betty. There's Grandma Naccarato. There's Uncle Alvin taking pictures, and okay, this is another parade, and let's see here what's going on in the parade that we ought to be looking for. Oh, there's Cindy, there's Karen and Larnie. Hi, Karen and Larnie. They were in the parade about something. We'll have to ask them what that storage was. No, that was Larnie. There's Karen again, and Cindy and Larnie. Guess that's Larnie. Okay, that was Tim. He was up there someplace. He used to be a Kashari Indian. Not a Kashari Indian, a Shavanaw Indian, that's what he was. With the Boy Scouts. They're having, Uncle Al trying to catch Uncle Alvin's fish again. Boy, Tim got a good one there. There's Mom and Tim. Tim's trying to catch fish on the ground now, double catch. Oh, tandem bicycle. There goes Cindy. There goes, how come one of them's working and one of them's not doing anything? I'm not sure who that is. Oh, I believe that was put Mount Princeton. There used to be a lifeguard up there before these pictures were taken. About 1965, I guess. You know, maybe I was a lifeguard up there then, I don't know. I believe that's Erna there, walking down. Okay, this is a trip that Grandma and Grandpa Gustafson took with Cindy and Tim and Mom to Mesa Verde. There they are. And they went on over to Page, Arizona to see the dam, and then to Bryce Canyon. So had a nice trip all along. Okay, there's Grandma Gustafson up there. I think they're down at the dam at they're at Page, Arizona. They're just getting ready to starting to fill the dam up, and we really pretty neat place. So yeah, they're just starting to fill the dam up there. They must have just completed it. Okay, there's Cindy and Tim in the swimming pool at the motel. Then the trip went on to Bryce Canyon. Well, that's not Bryce Canyon there. That's maybe that kind of looks like the Grand Canyon. I bet it is. Okay, there's some more Bryce Canyon. There's Grandpa and Grandma. Wonder if that rock's still standing. Or that one, gee.
Must be shooting into the sun.
Okay. Now, there's must be an Easter. There's someplace. That's me, and I don't know who the girl is. And Sam, and he's got crutches on for some reason. There's Dad. And there's Cindy and Tim. And Mom was in there a minute ago. If you look real closely, kids have got a rabbit. There's Huey the rabbit. See the little rabbit there? So there's Grandma Gustafson. There's Linda Gustafson, our cousin from Salt Lake. She's holding the rabbit. There I am with Grandpa and Linda Gustafson's friend she brought out from Salt Lake for the visit. There's Grandma's looks like she's a little disgusted with Tim's antics there, and I wonder why. There's Huey, rabbit, hopping around. I don't remember what Sam's reason for his crutches. Oh, there's Sam's 59 T-Bird he had when he was going to college and when he was in the Army. There's Karen in a relay race, it looks like. There's Tim with the rabbit. Cute little rabbit. And there's the kitten interested in beating the rabbit up, I guess. Well, let's see. Some more cat and rabbit. Okay, there's Karen, there's Dick Lane, Joanne, me. Had a family picnic someplace up in the mountains. There's Joanne again. There's Evange. We just lost the picture for some reason.
There's nothing on there.
Well, we discovered that was all blank film. So anyhow, this is me and Dave Trujillo. I'm a guy with the hands in their pockets. I was coaching a 7th grade football team when Karen was in the 7th grade and just getting ready to go to the Army and working for the highway department at that time. But anyhow, we had won all of our football games. In fact, the only score, all the teams only scored 1 touchdown on us the whole time. We had a pretty good little football team. So that was kind of fun. Getting ready to send one of the kids in there. There we go. Another one for the... That's okay, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, there I am. Oh, that's Lorena Okeson, an old girlfriend. Did you see me with my pipe? That didn't last too long.
Oh, this is terrible.
Okay, now must be up the ski area or something. Okay, here we are. Oh, that's Patty. There's Dad, Pat, and Mom, and another cat, Cindy, Erna, and let's see who here. There's Pat again. There's Sam. Here's Pat. There's Cindy. There's Pat again. There's Sam's 59 Buick or 69 Buick. Now what do we got here? Another race day, it looks like. Tim's in the race. They're off and running. Go, Tim, go. Now, oh, Pat's wedding in August, what, 10th or something like that, 1969, I believe. There I am. I just come back from the Army. There's, well, let's see who we got there. There's Pat's sister standing with me. Here's Mr. Sullivan.
There's nothing.
Okay, a little windy day. Lost some of the movie there. And there's Mr. Pritchard way in the back there. They're friends that used to ski with Sam and Pat. There's Cousin Joe. Let's see, there's Joanne. There's Mrs. Sullivan. There's Wendy. Pat's sister, Uncle Alvin there. Joanne again. Mr. Sullivan again. Here's Cindy. Joanne. Oh, KK was down at the little short job there in front of Joanne. There's cousin Joe Lionel there. There's Aunt Betty, Aunt Susie, me, Grandma Gustafson back to us. Uncle Alvin. Okay, this is the homecoming parade, 1970.
Was there 72 or was that
There's Cindy. Wave at Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Looks like an outhouse on the back there. Wonder if Tim's in that or anything. I don't know. There's somebody's little kid.
Looks like Randy.
Oh, that's Dick Lane. Oh, there's Grandma Naccarato and Aunt Betty and Mom. Now, let's see, what's this?
It's talking about the harbor, the vacation.
Must be a vacation someplace in vacation to California, it looks like. Okay. This is, I believe, when Karen and Erna and Mom and Dad went on. Yeah, there's Karen and Erna. Is that Tim? Went out to California. Looks like they're freezing their rear ends off out there. There's Mom and can't tell who that is. There's Dad. Oh, that's Jim Castleton. So this must be up around San Francisco someplace.
Where's the bridge?
That's possibly the Golden Gate Bridge there. There's a guy sailing out to sea. That must have been, there's some seagulls. There's Dad, the cigar. There's Mom and Dad looking at the city line of San Francisco. San Francisco's a thrilling place to fly into. Okay, there's Karen, Erna, there's Kim. Karen and Erna, Mom, Erna, Karen, Mom. I guess she's about I don't know, junior in high school, senior in high school, something like that. There's Tim making some kind of a little roller car to run around in. There's Grandma Gustafson and Erna, Grandpa Gustafson. Let's see, can't figure out how Mom gets all this blank tape right in the middle of her movies, but okay, there's Karen and some at a track meet here in Pueblo, it looks like. Must have been a big track meet down here. And let's see, where is she? There she goes, there's running. Is that, maybe that's Erna right there running. Okay, there's There goes Cindy. Just passed that kid up. Good job, Karen. Maybe that isn't Pueblo. Linda thinks it's Colorado Springs. Yeah, I'll bet it is. Yeah, they're ripping around the track. Now, here's the front of the house. Here comes somebody. May have been Erna. Oh, I don't know who. Been, that kind of looks like Visby. And there's Aunt Emmy, Uncle Jim's wife. There's Grandma. And there's Uncle Jim's backyard, Grandma and Aunt Emmy. There's little Jim with Grandma and Aunt Emmy there. They had a real nice home. Cousin Jim McCorkindale and I went and visited him there. There's Uncle Jim with his tractor. And more of the property around Uncle Jim's. And there's garden there, it looks like. Now these are the other sisters, I'm sure, and I can't remember their names, so I'm sorry, I apologize for that. I believe Aunt Esther and Aunt Elsie. Not Aunt Elsie. Okay, this is Christmas up in Salida, it looks like, in 1976. Oh, Tim, he's starting to lift weights there. There's a tree I made for Mom and Dad when I was in the Army. There comes Mom now. Here comes Linda with the new baby Heidi. Here comes Tim. Here's Dad. Mom, Dad, and Tim. Oh, there's Kelly, or Carrie, at Christmas dinner. There's the little Swedish candles. There's Aunt Elizabeth. There's Dexter. Hi, Dexter. There's Linda. There's Grandma Gustafson. There's Aunt Patty and Linda, and Mom, I mean. Linda's there. There's Heidi. There's Chris and Pat back there. There's Heidi and Linda. We're at the Elks picnic up in Slida. There's Jody and Carrie and Pat and cousin Joe. Looks like they're getting ready for a race. There they go. They're after the races. There goes Jody. Go, Jody. Oop. Jody crashes. There's Chris. Chris is all lined up now for the big race. Chris is going down. Up there goes Chris. Good job, Chris. Here's Sam and Tom. Sam's wore out. He wants a ride. He ain't gonna get one. So let's see. There's Mom and Ryan and Evange and Cindy and Brad and Brian and cousin Joe. There's Cindy. There's Evange. Now that was at the Elks. Now this is up at North Fork. There was Mary and Mom and Aunt Adeline. There's Aunt Betty and Patty. There's KK and Cassie. There's Heidi. There's Dad. He's got his knife out. He's going to poke Aunt Betty. Aunt Betty says, "You poke me and I'll just cut your throat right here and now." There's cousin Joe and Mary. Swatting flies. There's Uncle Alvin. Hi, Uncle Alvin. Uncle Alvin was taking pictures of the flowers out there. We used to have some nice family picnics. Always enjoyed those. There's Linda and Evange visiting. Aunt Pat in the back. There's Mom. Ryan. Hi, Ryan. How's Ryan? Wave, Ryan. There you go. Okay, family picnic. There's Grandma Gus behind the lot. There's Vince. Nice haircut. There's Aunt Elizabeth and Michael. There's Heidi and Carrie. I don't remember what the horse's name is. Cute smile, Carrie. See, there's Patty, Mom. There's Marvin. Jean's sister, Grandma and Grandpa Traverna, and Louie. And Louie's boys are
Cooking marshmallows. Oh, volleyball game. Let's see here. Aunt Betty just served. She didn't get it over. Let's see if we can stop the frame. Oh, good one. There's Dad and there's Chris. Dad bit the dust. I guess that's Tim. Okay, let's see. There's Joanne and there's Kim, Joanne, and Vince. Kim's in the blue, Vince is on this end. There's KK and Erna. There's Jean and me. We must have got it over. See, on this side there's Aunt Betty and Uncle Alvin. Chris, can't tell who that was. There's Mom and Aunt Elizabeth. Good shot, Chris. Try it again, buddy. There's Michael. There's KK and Erna. There goes Chris again. Oh, now, boy, they're complaining about something. Always belly aching about losing the game. There's Kim and Vince. Who's that? Larnie or Aunt Elizabeth? There's me clowning around. There comes Linda. Tim. Oh, there's Ryan and Heidi. Heidi screaming her head off. Oh, that wasn't Aunt Elizabeth. That was okay, there's Ryan and Heidi. Ryan again. Looks like we're up in Salida going for a sleigh ride. The note here says this is 1978. Makes him about 2 years old, Linda says. There's Grandma Gus and Linda. Okay, there's Tim and Tanya and Brady. We're up at Squaw Creek. Had a picnic up there. Okay, there's Duke the Second, and there's Missy, there's Jody, and that was Sam's rear end. There's Jody. Hi, Jody. Okay, there's Randy, it looks like. And it looks like Kim's holding Randy. There's Linda. Can't tell who's sitting on the ground there.
Chris.
Okay, there's Joanne. Hi, Joe. There's Roseanne. There's Bud. And Roseanne again. There's Amy came in the picture now. There's Carrie having some watermelon. There's Ryan. Nice shirt. There's Heidi. There's Tanya and Brady again. Hi, Brady. There's Patty. Brad. Jean. There's Bud. There's Dad. Sam and Pat. Okay, here comes Karen with Heidi and Ryan. They caught stickfish. There's Aunt Betty. Dad says, yep, all those are sure good looking stickfish. There's Tim and Duke. Yeah, we used to have some nice picnics, or still do have some nice picnics. A lot of fun. There's Kimmy. She's got Amy there. There's Karen and Betty. There's Mom. Linda and Randy. Nice haircut, Randy. There's Uncle Alvin.
Where do we get those shadows in there? Not on these. Are you pausing?
Not yet. Ryan, Jean, Karen. There's Aunt Betty getting trouble from Karen. Here's Mom. Oh, Mom's smoking a cigar. There's Dad. Tom and Linda. Heidi, or Amy rather. Okay, these are pictures of Mom and Dad in Hong Kong. They took a trip over there. There's Mom. Guess this is on the beach there.
Is this Calhoun?
Okay, this is Mom and Dad's trip to the Caribbean. That was the airplane that they flew on. I guess Dad got a real kick out of that. He used to fly in those or fly them or do something. Anyway, they're taking off there. There they go. Oh, it looks like it's really raining down there, doesn't it? Inside of the airplane, there's a beach.
It's still your dad.
Okay, oh, there's Dad. Getting off the airplane there and getting ready to get on their boat.
That must be the barefoot cruise.
So that's their barefoot cruise there, I guess.
That's it.
Okay, there's the boat there. Gonna sail on, or the, let's see, there's, I guess that's the boat they're sailing on. Is that Dad there? I bet it is. Yes, there's a skipper of the ship. There's Mom.
Can you remember all the duties your mom said? They used to have to all pitch in, clean the ship, and mop the floors.
There they are out on the sailing boat. Pretty neat place, looks like. Okay, there's Mom, the ocean. Okay, What were those people's name? What was?
Oh. Yeah, Nathan could told you.
Anyway, it's the people that hosted Mom and Dad down there. Nice little cove, I guess, or bay you'd call it. There's the seagulls. There's the inside of the boat.
There's only 3 minutes. Yeah, there's water.
Okay, the vacation's over. The grandkids are up at Mom and Dad's. There's Ryan, Amy, Carrie, Randy, Chris. That must be Kelly. Chris Holden. Or Brady. Maybe that's... No, that's... I'll bet that was Brady. Or, okay, there's Aunt Betty feeding her face. And who's that? Joey. There. Hi, Joey. Yeah. There's Rye.
No, that's Joey.
Oh, Randy. Sorry, Rye. There's Heidi. There's Ryan. There's Amy and Ben. Welcome to the family, Ben. I think Brady just went by. There's Bernard's wife. There's Patty. There's Linda. There's Mom, Cousin Joe, Kelly, or Carrie, Cousin Joe again.
Samuela.
That's Samuela. There's Dad. And Jean. Uncle Alvin. There's Brady. Hi, Brady. There's Patty.
We always get one profile of that.
There's somebody's dog.
Oh.
There's Tim's dog. There's Uncle Frank and Aunt Adeline. There's Joe. Nice mustache.
That's that friend of Karen's.
There's Tanya and Brady. Oh, now we're dancing. There's Tim, Karen, Chris, Linda. Samuel is next to Tim. I didn't catch who was on the end there. Oh, Aunt Betty.
Oh, aren't you slim and trim? And Mom.
Mom. There's Bernardo.
That's the end.
Okay, there was Sam and me, Tim. There's Sam. Hi, Sam. There's Tanya and Brady. Max was the dog. And Tim. There's Uncle Alvin. There's Jean. Randy, I guess, or maybe Joey. There's Linda. There's two butts. Oh, that's Karen.
Karen and Sam.
And Samuela. There's Aunt Adeline.
Yeah.
and Patty and
Bernie.
Bernie was there. There's Chris.
Oh, there's the old motorhome.
There's the old motorhome. And there's Heidi. Me again.
Run one way.
Dad. Sam's pouring the vino. It must be Ben.
You have a year on that?
Let's see. There's Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Oh, Kelly.
There's Kelly and Brady and Carrie and Ben and Heidi. There's a self-portrait. There's Tim and Tanya. I wonder what Mom's saying there. There I am, relaxed. There's the old pickup.
Same old pickup.
Oh, now we're gonna have a volleyball game. What nice profile, Sam. Over there.
Yeah.
There's Brady. There's Chris. Go get it, Chris. Karen's always gone down.